What's up, YouTube family? Gerald Greenlee here with Clean and Green Lawn Service in beautiful South Georgia. Hey, hope y'all are having a great day today. 6:52 a.m. Thursday morning here. Headed to pick up Z-Man. Yeah, man, Z-Man has done something, broke on his vehicle, man. Tell you what, guy just can't get ahead, you know. I don't know what the deal is. So, and that's the thing, you know, when you end up with stuff that's used. But I'm not going to share the advice that I gave him to begin with. I was once young and didn't think things through myself. Sometimes I still don't think things through. So, anyway, big day today. I think there's 14 or 15 on the schedule, which is definitely beyond what we normally do. So the last day I cut, you remember, I think I did 9 and I cut for 13 hours. So good news is, barring any trouble, we won't be cutting for 13 hours. We got, I mean, 4 or 5 of them are little old half-acre yards, so we'll run through them, you know, pretty quick. And we don't have anything that I can think of. I did all the big ones the other day. I mean, I don't think we got anything over, you know, maybe an acre and a half, probably the biggest one. And then we got probably 5 or 6 of them that a half acre or less. So shouldn't be a bad day. Matter of fact, we doing 15 yards today, and I did 9 the other day, and the revenue is about the same. So, so today those numbers, will not be as good as they were last time for sure, because those small properties and just a bunch of running around. All right, it is 12 o'clock, 11:59, close enough. We almost halfway done, 7 out of 15. So anyway, what we've been at Z, 5 hours? When I pick up 7, yeah. So
where does this road go?
I don't know, man. We just driving, man. Remember how I got down here and got lost last time? Thought he'd go over there or something. I think it'll go out there, won't it?
I was going to say, you could probably go straight all the way down the dirt road.
Probably. Now, can I? Z-Man's trying to navigate here. See what we got. We're going to see if we can go straight through to the road we're looking for. We ain't been through here before.
No, I wouldn't take it.
Alright, we're going to go around. We're going to go the way we know to go. So, anyway, we about halfway done. I would say time-wise, we are halfway done, I think. We do have a lot of riding, but we got a couple of little small yards at the end to do. So there's another road. Doesn't look like it goes nowhere though. But
it goes to the end of that road. Actually, no, that one don't.
Palm Tree Road.
Ends.
Yeah.
Or roundabouts.
We had to cut across somebody's yard if we go through there, Z-Man.
There's not but trees.
Building some houses out here, boy. Anyway, we headed on, knock number 8 out. All right, this is number 14, man. The Bahia is in full swing. Look at this. Up to my knee. Above my knee. There's my knee where my finger's at. In fact, there's a little dog headstone over here. I might try to get y'all some time lapse of me cutting this part. Look at the headstone, see it? It's surrounded. So we haven't, now this is a good centipede over here, but we haven't been here because of the rain. we haven't been here for 17 days, and we normally cut it bi-weekly, and it's normally bad bi-weekly. So anyway, man, the county ain't gonna come get their sign, I don't guess. I'm gonna throw that thing in the ditch. Dang. Been moving that sign for like the last 3 times I mowed. All right, let's get with it. All right, it's actually a little taller over in there, but just to give you an idea, it's old thick ahead, man. So I'm gonna set you up and get some time lapse. Go. She's done. Another one bites the dust. 2 more little small ones left. If Z-Man's up for it, we'll see. All right. We got done at 5:30. It's 5:53 now. Z-Man need to borrow a lawnmower. They ain't got a lawnmower. And so, man, there's a pig out in that yard. Oh, never mind. It looked real, that ain't. Hey, you can't never tell what you find around here, man. Be like us, we have goats come in the house. So, anyway, as I figured, this is gonna be the last video I shared with, you know, that 13-hour day, was really a best case scenario. Just everything went well. As I said in that video, it was the right kind of properties. Today we did 16 properties. So just to give you an idea, today we did 16 properties. I did 9 the other day. So the 16 that we did today were I think about the same revenue as the 9 that I did. All right, so that gives you yeah, right, I can't remember my total, but it's probably within $50. So today, you know, and of course now today we probably drove 100 miles. You know, again, worst case scenario, we had to probably 26 miles and going to and coming from one property that I would have normally cut when I'm out that way, but again, because of the rain, the roads messed up. It's just part of the business. I mean, you have to deal with that kind of stuff. So that was that 17 day when I showed y'all some time lapse on. So I had to drive probably 13 miles each way just to get there, you know, and get back. So we got an easy 2 hours of driving today. So again, that versus I probably had maybe an hour and 15 minutes of driving the other day. So you know, all of those things factor in. You don't get paid to drive, you know, you get paid to cut grass, but you got to drive to get there. So, and of course we don't have great route density anyway, and when we go out of order, we definitely don't have great route density. So you know, we're gonna end up, you know, today I mean, I'm sure we'll end up at, you know, a little over $100 an hour for 2 people. So when you break that down, you know, that's $50 an hour. But again, it's just the mix that we had today, and what we did today, half of these we did today are not part of today's schedule. Okay, so that messes with everything, you know. as far as your route and all. So, you know, it's just part of it though. And about half the properties were small properties, and we just don't do as well on those periods. So anyway, when I get back here to the shop, I'm gonna give you the exact numbers on today. And, you know, you got a worst case, a best case, and you hope that typically you fall somewhere in the middle of that, right? So anyway, all right, check back with y'all. All right, here we go with the numbers. So we did $1,160 today. Independent, you can divide it however you want to. You can do 21 total man hours, 55.23, or you can do it by the 10.5 hours, 110.47. Now, if it had only been 9.5 hours, like the hour of driving, that extra hour of driving or so we had in there, that number would be about 122, which would be right about where we want to be. Now, again, if I cut this same route by myself, it would have definitely been over that number. Now, of course, I couldn't have did it in one day, but it would have been over that number. We never, you never are as efficient when you start adding people, right? Because like your driving time, for example, one person versus two people, you know, it just adds to the time. So if you're gonna drive the same distance, same amount of time, but you got one person in the truck or two people in the truck, you know what I mean? So it's just one of those things. It's just the way it is. But anyway, so, you know, $55 an hour. So you take 85 the other day, you put the two of them together, you at about 140. Divide that by, I think my math's right, divide that by 2, you at about $70 an hour. And again, for me, anything 60 plus an hour on the whole day, not on the property, but on the whole day, anything 60 plus is good. And you know, the grass is going to start growing more. It's going to start taking longer to do them. It's getting hotter. It is 89 degrees. At one time it was like 92 by my watch. And as it gets hotter, you know, especially, it's not ideal. We were slowing down by the end. I mean, you could just tell, like, you pull up and it takes a little longer to turn the truck off, a little longer to get out of the truck. So, you know, you enjoying that air conditioning, trying to suck down another bottle of water, whatever. But, you know, if you can stay at that average of 60, which I still made pretty good now, because you got to think, we made $110 an hour, and by the time I pay Z-Man his $7.75 an hour, that's still better than what I made the other day, you know. Y'all know Z-Man don't make no $7.75. Z-Man makes pretty good money. I ain't gonna say what he makes, but he makes pretty good money. He makes real good money to be 16 years old. So anyway, but you know, still, even at that, with, you know, you go from 85 to, what was it at, 110, so that's another $25 an hour more than what I made the other day. He doesn't cost me $25 an hour, so you know, so I still made money beyond that. Anyway, all right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this thing out now. Rambled on long enough. Again, I hope, if you hadn't watched the other video, I'll try to put a card up here to it, and you can go back and see the best video. So the best day, probably the best day ever, I imagine. It might not be, because I don't track it every day that detailed. So anyway, appreciate y'all watching. My prayer for you is always the same, that the Lord might richly bless you, and that you might see all of your blessings as from Him.